you have to access the computer. So I think you have to maybe tap a button. And I'm going to mute you guys if you don't mind. But just wave at me and I can unmute you as need be. Okay. So if everyone's feeling technologically happy, and wave to me if anything's weird, let's come to seated and maybe switch which leg is in front. Maybe sitting up on a pillow might feel good, just to get your pelvis shifted forward. Or if you feel, I suddenly just feel like sitting like this. So just go with whatever is going to feel good in your body, whatever is going to make you feel really rooted downwards. And then let's start to feel on the inhale, your spine sort of getting longer. It's easy just to be kind of clunked down. So feel on the inhale, kind of a growing upwards. And on the exhale, just feeling your shoulders totally relax downwards. Good, so keep doing that. Just having a little look. And is technology working for everybody?
Yeah, I'm with you now.
Okay,
I'm with you now.
wonderful. Super awesome. So all good. So just come to whatever seated position feels good. And you don't, at the moment when I crossed my legs, it made my knee feel funny. So I just decided to lengthen out my legs. So always sort of do what feels good there. And always, you can just always adjust however you like. So let's see. We're back to that feeling of just inhale, feel a long spine, exhale, feeling the shoulders and hips just falling downwards. Now let's bring our attention to our breath. Noticing how the lower belly expands on the inhale. Maybe counting roughly how long your inhale is. And then trying to match your exhale to be the same amount of time. Good. Now we're just going to gently start to involve our arms. So now on the inhale, you're feeling your arms rising up if it feels good. Then exhale, slowly letting them float down. So this is just a teeny bit of, it's not really an arm stretch. It's more just another way to feel your breathing. So whenever you inhale, feel, it almost helps you feel and visualize your breath, because it's like your breath brings you up. And then your exhale slowly lets everything slow down downwards. Good. One more time. Good. Now we're going to change the feeling. So bringing your hands in front of you, almost like you've got an invisible ball. And as you inhale, feel like you're pulling the ball outward, kind of making it bigger. Then as you exhale, kind of concentrating the ball inward. So again, it's more about having your arms move in a way that just brings your attention to your breath. It's almost like your hands are mirroring what's going on in your lungs. Good, wonderful. Now, if your legs are crossed, bring them to sort of meet me out here with your legs as open as feels comfy. And let's just start by giving a little massage under the back of the knee. If your knees don't love this, maybe you can put something under your knees. Good, wonderful. So when you're feeling happy in your body, let's inhale one arm overhead. And then exhale, just going to the side. We're just warming up a bit. And we're going to inhale, coming back up. Exhale, bringing that arm back down. So let's do that on the other side. Inhale to come up. Exhale, bending a bit. Inhale, back up. Exhale, coming back down. Good. So let's just do a little bit of circling before we get in our first sort of long stretch. So just a little bit of a circle, just sort of wake up the midsection. Good. And then switching to go back around the other way. Good. Wonderful. So let's now again inhale one arm up. Exhale, bending over to the side. And this time we're going to hold it for a little bit. So letting that arm maybe flop on your head, letting this other shoulder relax, putting it wherever you like. So the name of the game here is just opening up the side body and also feeling a bit of a inner thigh stretch. So as you breathe, I want you to feel like the side body is expanding on the inhale and then gently coming back down on the exhale. And if your shoulder doesn't love this, it could just be at your side, whatever works. And on the next inhale, we're going to slowly come out of this. And before we do the other side, let's just sort of maybe do kind of a cow and cat, little tiny cow and cat feeling. Just trying to do something that gets that bend out of your spine. So maybe it feels good to go back and forth, just doing whatever gets you unbent. But I feel, let's go gentle today. That's sort of what I feel. should be the theme. And then when you feel unbent from that side, inhaling your other arm up, getting your spine nice and long, and then exhale, bending the other way. Maybe letting that arm flop on your head so you feel the underarm or tricep also getting a stretch. Maybe you just want to let that arm not be so, bugging the shoulder. So choose what feels good and then bring your attention to that side body, gently expanding on the inhale, and coming back down on the exhale. Whenever you're ready, we're going to slowly come back up. And then just again, maybe some little cow and calf feeling in your spine. Good. And then while we're here, why not we try and feel our pelvis shifting forward and maybe just sort of reaching forward a bit with our hands just to really intensify that inner thigh stretch. Maybe wiggling your toes a bit, maybe pointing your toes, just seeing what that does in your legs, maybe ankle circles a little bit. So we're not going too crazy. We're just trying to feel that big old stretch through the legs. And breathing deep just for a moment or two. Well, let's just sort of shake out our shoulders a teeny bit too. Wonderful. Now we're going to slowly sit back up and draw in one leg at a time. We're going to come onto our hands and knees and do whatever your favorite is. Maybe you feel like doing cow and cat. Maybe you really like the one where your hips go side to side. Maybe you like the one where you're twisting from side to side. So choose your favorite kind of hands and knees spine movement. Just gently moving, seeing what's going on with your spine. Maybe you feel like doing some circling. Just very much choose your own adventure. And then when you're ready, we're going to come into our child's pose, wide-legged. So your knees come apart, the bottoms of your feet come together, and then you're sitting back. Maybe it helps to have a pillow under you. Maybe you want a pillow for your chest. We're just going to gently come forward into our child's pose, taking support where you need it, letting your head rest on the floor or a pillow, and choosing what to do with your arms. Maybe they feel happy lengthening out. Maybe you want to keep more of a bend in your elbows. The priority is I really want your hips to feel heavy. So as you're in your child's pose, just kind of feel a sinking downward through your hips. Your lower back is feeling nice and heavy and relaxed. And the breathing pattern is, as you inhale, feel how maybe not only is your belly expanding, but your lower back is expanding. And then on the exhale, just feel everything melting, letting go, really heavy. Whenever you're ready, slowly coming out of your child's pose, back up onto your hands and knees. And again, choosing just what little movements feel good. So maybe whatever feels like the opposite of child's pose, doing that for a minute or two. Good. And then eventually we're going to make our way onto our backs. The first thing we're going to do is a big full body stretch. So reaching your arms overhead, flexing your feet, and letting the small of your back come up off the floor. So just feeling the front of your hips stretching out, your stomach stretching out. You're letting your back arch a little bit as you reach overhead. If that feels okay, flexing your feet. Good. Taking in a big inhale, and then as you exhale, drawing your knees into your chest, giving them a hug. Good. Now let's take our knees around in a circle so you feel just your lower back getting massaged into the floor. Good. So this should feel nice on your lower back. And then whenever you're ready, switching directions and just really feel like you're softening the lower back into the floor. Good. So now we're going to do something with our breath, which is kind of fun. So our knees are bent, our hands are on our kneecaps. And as you inhale, this is just how you are. Your hands are, straightened, or your arms are straightened out to hold on to your kneecaps. But then as you exhale, drawing your knees in. So it's like you're pressing the air out. Then inhale, knees come away. Exhale, knees gently pulling in. So just as we were kind of massaging our back body into the floor, now it's like we're massaging our lower bellies with this movement and with the breath. Good, wonderful. So now we're going to keep one knee curled in and lengthening out the other leg. And the lengthened out leg, just let it totally relax. Let the quad just be like jelly, feeling the front of the hip opening up. And that bent knee, taking it in some little circles, opening outwards. So we're just feeling the hip joint, just gently doing a little circle, a little stirring. And then gently switching directions. Good, wonderful. Now lengthening out that leg, reaching your arms overhead. We're going to go for another big full body stretch. Feeling kind of an arch in your lower back. So you feel that whole front body stretching out. Maybe flexing your feet if that feels good. Feeling that big stretch from your underarms. Taking a nice big inhale. Then as you exhale, bringing in your knees. Good, and again, let's just do a few of those. Inhale, the knees travel away from your body. Exhale, your knees getting pulled in. Feeling that just gentle massage for the lower belly. Good. Now trying to remember which leg you had lengthened out before and lengthening out the other one now. So you have the other knee pulled in, letting the lengthened leg totally relax. And then that bent knee slowly starting to circle it outwards. Just feeling the hip loosening up. Good. Now switching directions the other way. Good. Wonderful. So when you feel even, like you've gone both directions the same amount of time, let's do a big full body stretch again. Feeling your whole body lengthening out. Having a big inhale. And then as you exhale, hugging those knees in again. Good. Then putting your feet on the floor. Let's open up our arms to either side, palms facing up towards the ceiling, and just do some gentle windshield wipers. So that's your inhale through center and then exhale, letting your knees flop one way. Inhale through center, letting your knees flop the other way. So this is just another way to kind of massage the hips and the lower back and try and feel a nice sort of stretch in that side of the legs. Good, wonderful. Bringing your knees back through center. And let's just let our arms be heavy on the floor, but just do some gentle shoulder circles. So it's just very, very small little movements of the shoulders, maybe both together or one at a time. Just trying to loosen up the back a little bit. Good. And then letting the shoulders just melt. So it's sort of, we're moving our shoulders around so that we know what it feels like to engage those muscles a bit. So now we can think, okay, let's do the opposite and let those shoulders just completely give way, no muscular use. Now letting your head just gently go from side to side, just feeling a super gentle little stretch in your neck. Good. Then bring your head back through center. And again, feeling now your neck muscles just totally relaxed to meet up with your totally relaxed upper back. Now we're going to come into a twist. So shifting your hips a little bit to the right to let your knees fall to the left. and finding your version of twist that feels good. And then just checking in that your shoulders and your upper back are just totally melting into the floor. Your legs are just letting go. And on your inhale, just feel that gentle rising of your mid body and then the melting on the exhale. Very, very slowly on an inhale, bringing your knees back through center. Take a moment or two to untwist your spine, maybe hugging in your knees, maybe lengthening out your legs, maybe some windshield wipers, just sort of whatever untwists you. And then whenever you're ready, shifting your hips to the left to let your knees fall to the right. Taking a moment or two just to feel your shoulders and arms just completely giving way, melting downwards. And that just gentle lengthening through the side body. Gentle rising on the inhale of that mid body, and then the gentle melting downwards on the exhale. very slowly, bringing everything back through center, softening whatever might have gotten a little bit tense. And when you're ready, we need to stretch out our hamstrings a little bit. So with both knees bent, let's rise up one leg towards the ceiling. So you feel that stretch in the back of your leg. And let's do some circling with our foot. So as you circle your foot, you're getting kind of a nice stretchy movement in your calf. Maybe you don't feel like fully straightening your knee, but lengthening it out enough that you feel that stretch in the hamstring. Then going back around the other way with your foot. Good, wonderful. Bringing that foot back down and then lengthening up the other leg. So just taking a minute to see what this leg wants to do in terms of how straight your knee wants to be. We're just focused more on that lengthening in the back of the leg. Your knee doesn't have to be locked out. And then stirring with your foot so your calf is getting some movement. And then stirring your foot the other way. Good, wonderful. Bringing that foot back down. Now with our knees bent, let's let our knees fall open to either side if that feels okay, with the bottoms of your feet coming together. You might want pillows under your legs to support them if you like, but we're getting that big inner thigh stretch, that big hip opener. So just putting pillows where you need support. And let's reach our arms up towards the ceiling and just do some little circles with the arms one way. Just feeling the upper back getting massaged into the floor. Wonderful. And switching directions. Okay, and then we're just going to have our palms facing towards one another and then gently just letting your arms float down to the floor. Just letting your arms lengthen out at shoulder height, just melting into the floor. So we're going to spend a little bit of time just with our chest open, our pelvis open. Though I have to say my lower back isn't loving this, so I'm going to bring my knees back together. So always listening to what your body wants to do. If it feels okay, leaving your knees open. So you have that big pelvis opening, your chest is just opening up. And I really want you to feel your whole body just gently rising up on the inhale, that nice expansion. And then that gentle exhale, letting things relax and sink downwards. Wonderful. We've probably been there long enough. So maybe using your hands to just gently bring your knees back together. Maybe some windshield wipers would feel nice. Just whatever your body's asking for, do that. Good. So now we're going to come into happy baby. So hugging your knees in, and maybe you want to have your knees come apart so you're feeling that big inner thigh stretch. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you want to reach your feet up towards the floor and have your knees reach your feet up towards the ceiling and feel your knees coming down towards the floor. So it's almost like you're trying to squat on the ceiling. Maybe you grab the outside of your calves. Maybe you can reach the outside of your feet and pull your feet towards you. So just your version of happy baby that makes you happy. Once you're there, breathing deep. Wonderful. Bringing your knees back together, your feet on the floor. Let's put our hands alongside our hips. And if it feels okay to you, we're going to lift our pelvis up, coming into a glute bridge. So you're pressing your heels into the floor, feeling your pelvis pressing upward, feeling your whole front body stretching out. Having a really nice big inhale, then slowly lowering back down to the floor, hugging in your knees for a moment. And then lengthening out your legs, letting your arms flop open to either side, coming into Shavasana. And really take a moment to feel your body relaxing. Breathing in, and on the exhale, feeling just your neck, your shoulders, your arms just melting downwards. On your next exhale, feel the whole trunk of your body down to your pelvis and your hips, just letting go, relaxing downwards. On your next exhale, feel your thighs, your calves, your feet just letting go, getting heavy. And on your next exhale, just feel everything just melting, being supported by the floor. If you have time in your day, please stay where you are and just notice things happening in your body, noticing your breath. If you need to move on with your day, letting your body gently start to move or stretch out, waking your body back up. And whenever you feel like it, if you need to get up, then bending your knees, rolling onto your side, and then gradually coming back up to seated with your eyes closed or just looking down at the floor. And let's just come back to our breath. Maybe doing that ball thing again, where you're feeling as you inhale like you're pulling a ball apart. And as you exhale, feel like that ball is coming back together. But if you feel like staying laying down, go for it. So we're just noticing our breath again. On your next exhale, bringing your hands together at heart center, thinking about something lovely, breathing it in. And namaste. Yay, good to see you guys today. I'm going to stop the recording. Like